The third
Continuation
chapter.
of
When there is a high tide, the fish move into the creek and it helps in fishing activities. When there is a high tide, helps to make a clean coast. Ports do not get filled with sediments. Ship can move up to the ports during high tide. During high tide, seawater can be stored in the salt pans from which salt can be obtained. The tidal force can be used to generate electricity. A lack of understanding of timing of high and low tide may cause accidents to swimmers entering the sea. The high tide helps in maintaining the mangroves and the coastal diversity. As we know, the timing of the tides get changed daily. With the help of the diagram, we will understand how the timing of the tides get changed every day. Now here, there is a high tide at the point P as it is opposite to the moon. As a point F is opposite to the point P, it will also experience high tide at the same time. It will take 24 hours for a point P to come back to its original position. Point P will be at point F after 12 hours. The same change will also occur with reference to the point F. The point F will not experience the same high tide because in the meanwhile the moon also would have moved a little ahead. Hence, it will take 25 minutes more for a point F to come to the opposite position to the moon. After 12 hours and 25 minutes, F will arrive opposite to the moon and it will experience high tide. Point P opposite to F will also experience high tide. Later again, after 12 hours and 25 minutes, point P will experience high tide as it come in the front of the moon. There will be high tide at point F12 as shown in the figure. There is high tide and low tide twice a day generally. The time difference between two high tide is of 12 hours and 25 minutes. Understand with a new topic, that is wave. If we blow air over hot milk or tea while drinking, ripples are generated on the milk or the tea. In the same way, because of the force of the wind, the water appears to be moving. The sea water gets pushed by the wind and ripples are generated on the water surface. These are called waves. Sea water moves up and down or slightly forward and backward due to waves. Now we will learn the structure of waves. The sea water gets pushed up and down because of wind. The raised up portion of a wave is called crest and the depressed one is called trough. The vertical distance between a crest and the trough called amplitude of the waves, whereas the distance between two crest or trough is called wavelength. The wavelength, its amplitude and its velocity depends on the velocity of wind. Now we will understand what is velocity of the wind. If we stand at the coast, we feel the waves are coming toward the coast. If a floating object is thrown at the distance in a sea, we find that the object moving up and down at same place. It do not come to the coast. It means that the water forming the waves also does not come to the coast. Remember that the water does not move, what moves is the energy. We know that the main reason of wave generation is wind, but at a time, due to earthquake or volcanic eruption occurring below the floor of the sea, the waves get generated. Such waves assume a great height. So, this great height wave we call as tsunami, which is dangerous to the property and the life of human. In 2004, tsunami waves were generated because of earthquake that took place near the Sumatra island of Indonesia. They devastate the east coast of India as well as of Sri Lanka. The wave cause erosion along the headland and create benches in the protected location in the bay. Here we complete with our third chapter and first unit test syllabus.